How's it, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. Today is going to be a crazy one because Bitcoin is currently breaking to the upside here. The market is still looking bullish. We are going to be focusing on longs today because you can see with Bitcoin, we have broken that massive downtrend, and we have been trading within this downtrend pretty much for the whole of June. You can see that this downtrend started and then we broke out around about a couple days ago, and you see over here that this was a 23-day and 8-hour downtrend. Okay, so overall, Bitcoin right now looking really strong to go to the upside. We are still respecting the zone. Okay, so this zone right now for Bitcoin, this level right over here at around about 62,700, you can see that as long as price has been holding this zone, we come back up to 63,600. Okay, so right now Bitcoin, there's not really much happening with Bitcoin. And the thing is, there's a lot of other coins that I want to speak about in this live stream because Bitcoin is losing dominance, guys. Bitcoin is losing dominance. There's a lot of coins that are looking way stronger than Bitcoin, and we're going to speak about what they are, and we're going to position ourselves accordingly because have a look at Bitcoin dominance chart. We have lost a massive trend. You can see here, have a look here, guys. This was a level that we were focusing on. And you can see on the daily time frame, we broke this level, and now we're looking like we want to come down lower. Okay, so Bitcoin dominance is literally showing us a little bit of, okay, is there a potential altcoin rally? And I'm going to speak about the coins that we are looking at right now because we are seeing a bit of, you see over here, we saw some inflows today, guys. We saw some inflows yesterday, and we're seeing some inflows today. We are looking a little bit bullish on this week. This is a full moon week. We'll speak about astrology a little bit later. But essentially, this week is looking really bullish for not just Bitcoin, but for a lot of altcoins. Okay, so let's have a look at what coins I'm focusing on today because there is a couple. So if you look at Cardano, have a look at ADA, how it's bottomed out over here. So basically, guys, ADA is literally about to break a massive downtrend. So I'm going to be taking a trade for Cardano once we break this downtrend. So you can see right now on the daily time frame, we haven't as of yet broken this level. So we haven't broken this level just yet. On this next daily close, I will be taking a long for Cardano. So tomorrow, I'll be looking to long Cardano back up to these highs for around about a 10% move. It's looking really good. So this is something that I will be focusing on for tomorrow's session. So I will be sending some signals in my Twitter because this is something that a lot of people might miss because Cardano has been really weak lately, and you can see that it's kind of bottom and it's starting to form a lot more pressure to the upside compared to Bitcoin. Okay, so if we have a look at Bitcoin, let's have a look here. So ADA to BTC chart. So if we look at ADA to BTC, so essentially, guys, look how strong this chart is, right? If you look at this right here, ADA to Bitcoin has actually broken this downtrend, and we actually retested this level perfectly. And now it is looking a lot more stronger than a lot of coins. So Cardano is going to be the coin that I do think that is going to do really well within this week. I think that we're going to see a lot more upside. I think that price is most probably going to, we spoke about the levels for Cardano. I do think that we're going to see that level being reached within this week around about 0.4629. If we can break that high, then yeah, cool. We are most probably going to carry on going back up to the highs around about these levels. Okay, so overall, Cardano is looking really strong. There's a couple other coins that I'm looking at. AVAX. So AVAX right now, guys, AVAX is still looking really bullish. So basically, we took that long last week back up to these highs. And if you look at the daily is still respecting this high over here at around about 28.41. So as long as price stays above 28.41, you can see that on the 4-hour time frame, it is kind of losing that trend, but overall still bullish on the uptrend here. You can see that if we bring from this low to this high, it is still currently retesting this Fibonacci over here at around about 0.786. So as long as price stays above the 0.786, this is still really bullish for AVAX. So if AVAX can close back above around about this level here, 28.54, I will be opening another long for AVAX at that level, because right now it is looking really strong compared to most other coins. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, yeah. But overall, market is looking really good. Bitcoin, if we go back to BTC, we will see right now that Bitcoin, as long as Bitcoin holds that level, guys, this is the most important level for Bitcoin. You can see that we're speaking about it. Basically, as long as price stays above 63,600, this is still really strong. Okay, so like on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that there's still 2 hours and 22 minutes and still this candle closes. So we need this candle to obviously close bullish here, guys. If this candle, you can see right now we are seeing a little bit of a retest of the lows here, but essentially this candle, you can see that on the 15-minute time frame, we are still respecting this little uptrend that we got going over here. So basically what I'm looking at here is a potential break of this level here, either to the upside or to the downside, but I do think that this should break to the upside. We are still holding this level on the 15 and the 5 minutes. So as long as price holds this level, it is still bullish for BTC. Okay, so just remember that if this candle here on the next 15 minutes, the 30-minute candle can flip bullish, then I will be entering a long for Bitcoin on the break of these highs back up to around about 63,700. Okay, so that's going to be the level. I do think that we are going to go up here, guys. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we've just been trading in a range for the last couple of days, right? So essentially, we've just been trading from this level, right? So from here to here to here to here, and essentially, this is the only levels that we need to be looking at. Because if Bitcoin, I'm only going to flip really bullish for Bitcoin once Bitcoin breaks above 63,600, because that is your level, right? This is your high. So once Bitcoin actually flips that high, then you're cool. We can start speaking about these higher levels over here at around about 67 to 65K. So in between this zone, I'm going to be looking for a short for Bitcoin. It's a very strong short zone at that zone. But essentially right now, guys, let's just focus on the current trades we are in. We are in a long for sats. We took this long for sats. And the reason why we took this long for sats is we had a breakout, guys. We had a breakout here, and look at this beautiful breakout for sats. We've just created a nice little bottom wick here, and it's looking like it really wants to pump to the upside. So if you want to look at this long for sats, it's still valid. It is still valid to take this long. So keep an eye out for this. I think that this is going to flip absolutely bullish here. I've actually been long for sats for the last couple hours. We took longs in the zone. You can see that this is a bounce zone, guys. Anywhere for sats, if you want to be buying for today for some longs, you want to be buying in these zones over here. Okay, so as long as you are longing in this zone over here, you'll be fine. You put your stop loss just below the zone, and you should be targeting these highs at around about 0.0008, sorry, 1880. Okay, that is going to be your level that you want to be longing sats for. And the reason why I'm longing here, guys, is because it's just looking really bullish. Okay, looking really bullish. The 15-minute candle, just look how beautiful that 15 is. Even the 5, look how nice the 5 just closed. Yeah, we closed really strong to the upside. Yeah, it's looking really good. The 15 is flipping bullish. Everything's looking quite nice. Yeah, quite nice. So let's see what happens. Yeah, AVAX is also approaching. Yeah, AVAX longs look really good. I think that taking a long for AVAX back up to 31, your risk to reward is really good. Yeah. So AVAX long looks good. We did take this long. I did send out earlier today. I didn't actually take it though, but essentially I need to wait for AVAX to actually flip on the 4-hour back above 28.54. Okay, but let's see what happens today. Even 𝗫𝗀𝗪, check 𝗫𝗀𝗪. 𝗫𝗀𝗪's pumping. Looks like the meme coins are coming back a little bit here because we got sats looking good. We got 𝗕𝗫𝗖 not really doing much, but 𝗫𝗀𝗪's starting to rip here, up 6% on the day. Looking really good here. But yeah, let's speak about some other setups. ARB. Yeah, let's have a look at ARB because it actually did break out here on the 1 hour. Okay, so on the 1 hour time frame, ARB kind of has bottomed out. Okay, so essentially we bottomed out over here, right? So we bottomed out at this level over here for ARB, and essentially it's looking like it wants to flip here. So I'm going to be looking at a long here for ARB. Stop loss just below the lows here. ARB longs, guys. We're looking at an 8% gain here. Stop loss just below this low, 1%. Looks really, really good. Looks really, really good. Yeah, looks really, really good. So ARB long looks really, 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 really good. Yeah. So essentially, we had a breakout. ARB long looks good. So stop loss is at 0.7696. And we got some TPs on the chart that I'll show you here. TP1 is going to be at this level here at 0.7975. TP2 is going to be at this high at 0.8173. So this is going to be the level here. Okay, so I'm just going to send this to the groups here. ARB, so scope long ARB. Stop loss is going to be at 0.7696. 0.7696. And then TPs are going to be at around about 79758173. 0.7579 0.8. Oh, it's starting to pump here, guys. It's starting to pump. 8173, 8173. And 8438. 8438. Okay. Okay, so we long on sats there. Sats. Beautiful. I mean, not sats. Sorry, what am I saying? ARB. Long on ARB. Yeah. The reason why we had a breakout, ARB's bottomed out completely on the daily. Have a look at the daily chart. This is literally the lowest point you can accumulate ARB. So to me, ARB is literally at the lowest point it can be on the daily time frame. The 1 hour time frame has broken out. I mean, everything is just looking really good for sats to absolutely rip. So let's see what happens here. Sats looking absolutely bullish. Looks like the market wants to pump here, but is there enough upside for the market to actually rip here? So let's see. Let's see. Let's see, yeah, guys. Let's see. Okay, so ARB, beautiful 30-minute breakout, 15-minute retest of the previous low. The 1 hour breakout looks strong. A lot of bullish 1 hour candles here, but it's important to see the 4 hour. The 4 hour looks really, really bullish. A nice little double bottom on the 4 hour time frame, which means that there is a potential for this to actually come a little bit higher here. So let's see. ARB looking good for the upside here. Sats. Let's go back to stats. Yeah, looking like sats is broken out, but it's struggling to break the highs. We just made a new high here for the last 30 minutes at around about 0.001841. Still looks really strong. Sats on the daily time frame also looking really, really bullish. The reason why I say that, because if you look at sats on the daily, it's still holding that previous high, right? And the 4 hour time frame. This low over here for sats, it's obviously a strong level, right? We've seen this level react a lot of the time. So sats does look good to continue to the upside. So we'll see what happens here. Okay. Those are the setups I'm currently looking at right now. Overall, I mean, we still have to wait for the next. So the 15-minute candle did close, right? So we do have to wait for the next 15 minutes. But I mean, we'll see what happens here because Bitcoin. Let's have a look and see what's happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, look at BTC. So BTC right now, it's trying to break out here, guys. There's a lot of there's news. That's why what's happening here. So there's news. So Powell is speaking right now. Let's have a look and see what he's saying. Let's have a look and see what he's saying. So we're gonna watch this for a little bit here, guys. I want to see what he. So guys, basically, I'm just gonna mute him for this minute, but essentially, this is really, really important, right? So he speaks about interest rates, wages, how inflation is going to be affected for Bitcoin and cryptos within the next couple of months. So the thing is, we have to see what he's saying here because this is going to affect how the next couple of weeks to months are going to go for Bitcoin. So let's see what he's saying. It might be a little bit boring, but I will try to highlight what he's saying. Have a look at the dollar right now. So as Powell started speaking, right, literally as he started speaking, the dollar is just taking a nosedive. So this should until it should put a little bit more pressure on Bitcoin to move a little bit higher here. Um, it doesn't look like we've seen that reaction, so we do have to wait and see what he says for Powell because right now we're not really seeing the reaction that we thought we would because the dollar is losing strength, but Bitcoin's kind of just holding that level that we were speaking about in the beginning. And because it's holding this level here, it's not really looking like it wants to move a lot higher. Okay, so we'll see what happens here, what Powell says, but essentially we need Bitcoin to hold 62,600. Okay, if Bitcoin starts losing that level, then yeah, cool. We're probably going to see a little bit more downside, but as long as Bitcoin holds that zone, we should see upside. And as long as the dollar starts losing strength here, guys, because the thing is, the dollar is what's gonna show us here. Because if you look at USDT dominance as well, USDT dominance is gonna show us a lot more what we need to see in the market because we know that USDT dominance gives us the inverse correlation between Bitcoin and all the cryptos, and you can see it's starting to rip a little bit higher here. So the problem is right now we need this to start flipping bearish. We do need this to start flipping bearish. If we look at the 15, we have to see here and we have to hold this trend line right now. If this starts to break out on the 15, um, yeah, then we have to look at alternatives here. But let's see what happens. Let's see what he says, because right now we have to focus on what he's saying, because this is high impact news, guys. This essentially doesn't happen every single day. This happens, once every few months, and when he speaks, it does bring a lot of volatility, and you can see that with Bitcoin right now. It is starting to look a little bit more volatile right now. So we do have to focus and see what he's saying. Okay, so I know it might be a little bit boring, but essentially, this is something we have to look. So I've put this link in the description, guys, because I think that all of us should be watching it right now, because we do have to see what he says, right? And the thing is, Bitcoin. When you think about what the U.S. economy does to Bitcoin, essentially it does the inverse, because a lot of people, they get scared of the dollar, and then they put their money into crypto. So if the dollar goes down, that essentially means that they're putting more money into crypto. So the dollar right now is looking quite bearish, right? So I do think that there is more upside, for crypto in the short term right now, because we are focusing on short term trades, right? And essentially, as long as BTC holds that level that we've been speaking about for the last couple minutes, we have to hold this zone, right? If Bitcoin loses this level, then we can look at a long at around about 61,900. But I don't think that we're going to lose this level here. We are starting to look like we might, but on the 15 minutes, let's see what happens here. We do need, obviously, this to end, to give us a little bit more direction, because right now we don't really have much direction. We were obviously bullish on a lot of altcoins, but it is looking like the market is reacting a little bit strangely here. So we'll see what happens. Okay, but right now Bitcoin is still holding zones, which is still bullish. So as long as Bitcoin does hold that level, we are good to go. Okay, so let's see what happens. Essentially, the link is in the description, so if you guys want to watch it, it should be going on for the next couple minutes or so. But essentially, that is something that we do have to watch.